Hi Capricorn, this is your horoscope for the week of September 19th, brought to you by InsightfulAstrology.com. On Tuesday, Capricorn, the Sun will oppose Jupiter and Uranus, and that means there will be some magnificent changes to the lucky break that you received last week when Jupiter and Uranus was conjunct in your chart. What happens first is early in the day, the Sun opposes Jupiter, and that brings this feeling of unbelievable expansive energy and unending optimism to you. But sometimes you can be too optimistic for your own good. And this has to do with communication in some way. This has to do with you and a decision that you've been making. Well, the decision that you've made might change suddenly later on in the day when the Sun opposes Uranus and you feel the need to revolt or rebel when it comes to whatever you made your mind up about earlier. So be aware of the possibility for shifts in your mindset and how you think and your decisions on this day. And if I were you, I wouldn't make an important decision on this day because the energy is so complicated. You're very optimistic on one hand, and there are good things in store, but then on the other hand, you're itching to kind of make a decision that's more based on the opposite of what everybody else wants just because you want to be different. So you have to be aware of that. On Thursday, there's a full moon that falls in your fourth house of home and family, indicating an important emotional culmination to a domestic matter or a real estate matter. You might be very emotionally charged during this time because that full moon is making some difficult aspects to other planets in the sky. It's quite possible that some of you are finalizing a move during this time, or you may even hear some upsetting news from a relative, so be aware of that potential. On Saturday, the Sun will square Pluto, and this indicates power struggles for all of us in some way, but for you, they're going to be rather intense because Pluto is now in your sign. And the square to the Sun happens up in your 10th house of career, authority, and ambition. So you might be pushing so aggressively to get ahead that you don't realize how ruthless you can become. And it's also possible that you and an authority figure, authority parent, might get into a little bit of a conflict during this time. But as usual, I know you will take it in stride and handle the Plutonian energy because with Pluto in your sign now, that's the lesson that you're learning, to be commander of your own power.